Hello everyone, this is the teaser video for this coming Sunday, November 19th. This is the Sunday before Thanksgiving, so actually my message will have something to do with being thankful or Thanksgiving. And the passage I'm reading is 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verses 12 through 15. 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verses 12 through 15. And actually you probably want to read all of 2 Corinthians chapter 9 because I do kind of recap the beginning verses also. And as you read this, it's a passage. This is where the passage "you reap what you sow" comes out of. It also is the passage or the chapter that talks about being a cheerful giver, and it also talks about thanking God. And that's kind of an interesting thing I want you guys to think of as you read this. See what the passage, how it describes thanking God, how we are giving thanks to God. Then I want us to imagine or try to visualize, how do we truly thank God in our lives? As a pastor, I tend to hear more things people are complaining about than things they are thankful about. And you would think, being around Christians and those who are supposed to know what the scriptures say, they'd be more thankful for things in their lives and stuff. But I hear complaints. I hear more complaints than anything else, and most of the complaints are about petty things and have nothing to do with, reaching people for Christ, partnering with ministries so more people, so we have a bigger kingdom impact, a bigger community impact. Usually the things I hear about, nothing has to do with that. It's all about, usually inward focused stuff and stuff that is all about me, not me personally, but the people who are complaining about. It's all about their personal interest or something that they feel is important, and not something that's actually important when we talk about what Scripture talks about. So as you read 2 Corinthians chapter 9, and it talks about how to be thanking God for what we have, what do you take out of that passage, or basically that, 2 Corinthians 9, as a way of showing that you are thankful for God, for God and what God has done for you? And then how does that portray or span out to others? That's really when we start looking about what we're supposed to do as Christians. Are we not supposed to give thanks to God for everything we have? And so this passage kind of tells you how you truly give thanks to God for what he's given you. So that's going to be the challenge. You should be able to read this and be able to write some notes. And it'd be interesting if those who are discussing this with me in my Sunday school class, some of the different ways or different things that you've taken out of this on how we show God that we are thankful. So again, as pastors, you can talk to me or Wayne. Usually the things that people are talking to us about, rarely does it have to do with anything they're thankful for. It's more or less something that they want to complain about and how they feel their needs or something that they find important is not being taken care of, and it's all about them. When we look at this whole chapter and we talk about thanking God, as you look through this, you realize that it's not about you. That's the easiest way to say it. On my very first, Margaret found my very first report to council when I started here 5 years ago, and the very first thing on it was, it's not about you. And I think as Christians, when we start realizing it's not about us, we will truly be we'll truly be able to show our thankfulness to God. With Thanksgiving coming up, the holiday season, this is when people tend to feel a little more generous. So see what feeling generous talks about in a scriptural way. I look forward to seeing everyone on Sunday. Until then, take care and be safe.